Welcome to another Demarcation Media Dusted Off video. So recently, or I guess fairly recently, 343 has added the DMR to Halo Infinite. It really is a fun weapon to use. I love using it. They even gave it a snazzy name, the Bandit, which it kind of is a bandit. You can really easily steal kills from across the map, but I really like it. I love using it, and I would love to be able to have my Mega Spartan, who's up over there, use one. But Mega's DMR is too big. Well, actually, both versions of the DMR that Mega has are not correct. The one that comes with the Carter is too small and not the right shape, and then the newer one is almost correct, but it is too big. So what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be seeing if we can modify one of the DMRs to look more like the Bandit. So let's go ahead and take a look at the tools that we're going to be using today. Alrighty, so here we are at the work desk, and here is the DMR that we're going to be using. Come on, buddy, focus. There we go. So I have one of the iron sight, dot sight things. I guess it's not really an iron sight, it's a dot sight. I have one of those on right now. We're probably gonna have to modify this, but we'll get to that in a moment. And what we're gonna do is, it looks like essentially we're gonna have to remove this hole from about that indent to the more square part. That's what we're gonna have to do. So what we have is a pair of model kit nippers. These are specifically the USA Gundam Store ones. This video is not in any way sponsored by them, but these are my favorite nippers. I have beat the heck out of these. I think I've used them in some dusted offs before. Yeah, I've cut things that I really should not cut with them, and they are still holding strong. We have a little piece of just a generic nail file, just in case we need to sand some stuff down. We have a harder, heavier nail file. And then we have some super glue, because we're gonna be essentially disassembling this and reassembling it. So yeah, based on the image, we're gonna go ahead and cut that. So I might need to pull up my image again for reference, and yeah, we're gonna start deconstructing this thing. Okay, so I have my reference image here that we are gonna be working off of. So I'm gonna put this over here. And what we're gonna do is basically knock the middle section out. It's not gonna focus. So what I'm gonna start doing, and I don't typically love cutting Mega weapons, but the first thing we need to do is go ahead and slice this off right about here. So now we have a broken in half weapon. And this is where the sanding stuff comes in, because it's hard to get a perfect cut. So we're gonna go ahead and sand this a little bit, flatten it out, so that we can actually glue it back together in a minute. The nippers kind of cut at an angle, which is good when you're doing model kits, but sometimes for this stuff, it's not that great. So now we're left with this handle piece, and this handle piece really just needs to not be so long. So what we're gonna do is we need to then shrink this down to, let me see. So it was here, we need it down to about there, okay? So essentially what we need is, where'd my end piece go? We need this to be about here, like that, because the Bandit is significantly shorter than a lot of the other guns. I don't think we have to do anything to the barrel, because the barrel is very long and it looks pretty accurate, but we need to trim this down. So to make this work, come on now. Come on, you can do it. There we go. So we're gonna go ahead and trim it right about here. Like that. Now we have this funky tomahawk looking thing. And what we're gonna do is we are now going to fuse these together like that. But to do that, you can see right now, it kind of, well, it has a gap, but not horribly, but I'm gonna have to sand it a little bit to get it to fit properly. Okay, so I have filed this. There you go, you can kind of see it. That has been sanded down. That has been sanded down, and what we're gonna do is we are then going to attach them like this, basically. I'm gonna do that with glue. That's gonna be the most fiddly part of the process, because if I get this misaligned, and then we'll have a bent gun, bent upward, bent downward. So this is gonna be the most difficult part, and hopefully it goes well. This is where the whole project could fall apart. That definitely needs to stick up a little bit. Yeah, about halfway. It'll be a little weird until I finish it. Okay, here goes nothing. Get this open. This is a fresh thing of glue, and we're just gonna give this a shot. So this is the kind of glue that I'm using. Just some Gorilla super glue. These tubes are nice because it's a small amount, but also you can squeeze out too much at once. So we're gonna get a super glue. Oh my gosh, how did that little arm get in there? We're going to see if we can pop the seal on this. There we go. I think we're in business. Are we? Do we? Yeah, we should be. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, that's a lot more glue than I had anticipated. But it's okay. We'll roll with it. Yikes. Yeah, that's the problem with the tubes. The tubes squeeze out a lot of glue. So now we need to line it up like so. Oh gosh, that's too much glue. This is the hard part. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't seal there. Come on, right there, right there. Oh, hang on. I think we did it. I think, yeah, I think that's fine. I think that's, well, almost. We'll wiggle it into place a little bit. They say you're never supposed to look down a gun's barrel, but I think it's okay with Mega. So now, what I need to see is if the sights still fit on, or do I need to modify the sights? I don't think I even really have to modify the sights. We might be in business. So this is what we've got going so far, and I'm kind of happy with it so far. We're getting there. The middle section's a little rough right now, just because I trimmed a little bit. I also trimmed. Whoa, hang on. Come back. Bring the focus back in. There we go. I trimmed off the little piece that was sticking down, just because it wasn't really needed. And so now we need the sight. Where did the sight go? Here we go. So if we put it on, the rail still works. Would it be more like backwards? No, it wouldn't. I thought maybe the Bandit EVO would look better with it backwards like that, but that doesn't look right. So we can put this on, because the Bandit EVO is what I'm trying to make here. We can put that on. However, I think it's still slightly too far back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to trim about half of this rail off. I know some of you guys at home are like dying from me modifying these pieces, but also it's for a good cause, so it's okay. So now we're just gonna file that down. And so then, theoretically, if I do this right, whoa. Well, if I don't lose it, then theoretically this should work. Come on, focus again. Come back to me. There we go. We're going to, bruh. Who knew that half a rail would make this so much more difficult? I want it to slide up. So now if I do it right, we should be able to get it a little farther forward, or, because I need it up here. So actually what we probably need to do is trim a little bit off here, file that down till it's almost level, because that's what's going to let us move our scope forward to the right position. Gosh, I'm really making my camera struggle. Like that. I think that's basically what we want here. So I just need to fix it a little bit so that the scope isn't angled up, and I think we'll be good. Alrighty, so I think we're winning. Look at this. This is the original DMR, and we have now made it significantly shorter, and we have the sight positioned in the right spot. So now I think what I'm gonna do is throw some paint onto the main bulk of the gun to make it kind of blend together better, and then I think that's it. All right, I think we're done. So I ended up going a little bit more heavy on the paint than I had originally intended. So I did a layer of gray paint, added a little bit of green on the foregrip here, and then a little bit on the stock to balance it out. Did some silver in the sight, and I left the handle unpainted just because I didn't really feel like that was necessary. It's not perfect. There's definitely some weird things like where the glue was applied and whatnot, but I'm honestly really happy with this. This feels a lot more like the Halo Infinite Bandit than it does than this piece does. You can see the differences there. Pretty big. I mean, it's missing the big spike on the top of the barrel. I didn't really feel like adding that because I thought that would be pretty darn fragile, and I do want this to be durable. I want this to hold up when I go out on photo shoots, because like I said, the whole reason why I even started this project, and to be totally honest, this was not a video I had planned on. Literally last night, or I guess I say last night, the night before I'm filming this video, I just had the thought of like, what if I cut this down into a Bandit? So then I just had to do it because I really like the idea of my Spartan having a Bandit to use, because it's probably my favorite in-game weapon, and I'm really happy with this. So if you want to do this for yourself, hopefully this can act as a bit of a tutorial. Again, give you a little side-by-side, and yeah, it's not that hard. You just got to be careful. The hardest part is lining up the scope and getting the barrel to not look crooked, but it's not that hard, and I think it kind of looks great. Let me know what you think of this mod down in the comments, and also let me know what you think about the in-game Bandit. Do you like it? Do you not like it? How is it for you controller players? Because on mouse and keyboard it feels really nice. Basically where you're aiming is where exactly the bullets are going to go. So for me, that's fantastic. But yeah, what do you guys think about the weapon? What do you guys think about this mod? Are you going to be attempting this mod on your own? I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I will see you guys next time.